We'll start with the Blues. Now, the Blues halves, Mick, I'll come to you. Now, this is obviously the Queensland team.
Yep.
But the Blues halves, here it is here. They're the big talking point. They're the star power. Do you think it'll work?
Yeah, I really do, Braith. I think, you've played in the half, so we've got a luxury at the moment that we've got two elite decision makers. Now, you can talk about, who's going to dominate and who's going to take control of the footy team. There'll be times where, we've seen it before, where Nathan's been happy to play second fiddle at times. Mitch will need to step up. There'll be moments, and majority, I reckon 60-70% of the game, it'll be Nathan that runs the show. But when those moments come in Origin, when those moments come, and you might only get 4 or 5 in a game, you want your best players and the best decision makers having the hands on the ball. And if you look at our two halves that we've got at the moment, like Nathan, he's played 14 games. He's had a hand in 10 tries. Mitch has played 5 Origin games and he's had a hand in 6. Like those numbers, we're talking Origin games, Gordy. Like, we're not talking club games.
Play the ball, you go down like that, you're hearing two voices.
Yeah.
Who do you pass it to?
Nathan.
Yeah,
Nathan.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's probably going to require Mitch Moses to just pull back on his instinct, his natural instinct to demand the football at all times. He's going to have to play that second fiddle style of role. I think it's doable, though, especially the fact that it's Nathan Cleary coming in to run the ship.
I think there's a time, Gordy, as a dummy half, where when you're there and you get yourself in that position, you naturally have a feel of that dominant voice. Yep. But you know when a playmaker wants the ball, and then you know when he needs it, and you know when he needs it.
Yeah.
And so if Mitch needs it, then you can bet your bottom dollar that Reece Robson, and he's going to have to adjust to that quickly, because when he wants it, Mitch likes to play fast and he needs the ball. That's our threat. Our threat is Mitch on those short sides, the combination of Yo and Cleary through the middle, and then Edwards, I think, will spend a little bit more time with. We'll see him sit a little bit more with Moses at times. And then when they play from those wider field positions, he'll go with that club combination on those longer shifts.
It's also going to be awareness for Robson to look up and know where it's going to go. I mean, and I'm sure they've been working on that combination throughout the week. Now, we spoke to Frank Panisi, the football manager of the New South Wales Blues, and we said how good Stephen Crichton's in. He's ready to rock, Jimmy. But he said that he's been named as the 19th or in the 19th team, which has to be submitted 24 hours before the game. And he didn't complete the captain's run. Are you sceptical? What are your thoughts?
It was an interesting choice of words, and God forbid anyone would mislead the public on national TV. We wouldn't want to accuse anybody of that now, would we? But it was a very, very interesting choice of words to say, no, he's not right. Oh, no, he's in the 19. Very interesting. I think, we were speaking about it in the green room, the fact that he's maybe not completed the captain's run is of interest, because what changes in this day? Light duty's captain's run. It is interesting. And those words.
There's no doubt there's concern. Yeah. Well, the concern, if you can't complete a captain's run, which these days are pretty minimal, they're either really confident, they know that he's done enough work through the week and doesn't need to, or he's a genuine chance of not playing. And the fact that Laurie, and from what I saw from Campbell Graham a couple of weeks ago, it was against the Tigers on a Sunday night. He was brutal, like he really was. And it's a great story to lean on, Braith, the Campbell Graham one. The resilience that he's shown to fight his way back to this level, what he's been through the last 18 months. My word, he deserves it. And to lean on that, if Crichton's out, I think the side galvanises behind someone of Campbell Graham's stature to come in with what he's been through, to wear our blue jersey up there at Suncorp. Is something that Laurie and the staff can really lean into.
Is there a harder job in the game at State of Origin? I've watched Will Chambers, Gay Guy. I've watched a lot try to stop Latrell, young Toia.
Yeah.
First to sign 10 games.
You know what? In an un-New South Wales way, I'm looking forward to seeing him play, Toia, because I've actually loved what I've seen from him. But he's coming up against a different beast. And now we all sit and talk about Latrell, and we watch him play a regular Saturday night, and we want him to be able to shoot the lights out. He's born for the big moments, isn't he? He loves his Good Friday games. He loves Origins. He loves Test matches. He loves grand finals. So we don't get Latrell at that 8 or 9 out of 10 every week. But when the big occasions roll around, and you only got to go back a couple of weeks ago, against the Broncos, when the host of stars were out, Latrell carried the footy with incredible intent in the first night, and then he backed it up the following week when all the troops were out against the Tigers, out at Campbelltown when everyone knew that Latrell was going to play Origin. But 2 or 3 weeks ago, Latrell set his mind on this Origin series. And he said, get out of the way. And I dare say tomorrow night, Rob Toia he's going to meet a different Latrell than he's ever watched.
It's not on Rob Toia to deal with them on his own. I think players like Latrell Mitchell, you do not handle one-on-one. Yes, people will look forward to that battle, but it's going to come down to the work on the inside that is going to give the edge defenders of Robert Toia and whoever's inside and outside him time and space to move forward. Whoever that edge back rower is has got an imperative job not to sink in, not to make a lazy decision and go with the obvious and say, well, he was my man. You've got to be able to push off that lead, make that excellent decision. You speak about decision-making in the halves, decision-making in defence as well. So if you sink in, you're exposing Robert Toia. You're exposing the people on that edge. That edge defender has a vital role, and even the inside defenders, those middle guys, when the feeling in the legs is normal, you work from marker, and is that enough? You keep going, you help out from the inside. It's so important, those middle forwards.
I totally agree. The only thing with Latrell is if you double team him, he's got such great hands. He's got the flick pass, the cutout pass, the short ball, ability to kick.
Well,
he's got it all.
If you double team him, the blokes wearing the 7 and 6, they see that.
They do.
And they'll find the space where you've counted.
I agree. Now, Queensland, some big ins this year. One of them, Tino.
Yeah.
I mean, you cannot underestimate the impact that he has on this team.
Yeah, he's their leader.
That's it, isn't it, Mick? And you know what it's like when you play with someone like Tino and you've done all the work in the week, you're thinking about why I'm here, all those people that have helped you to get to this point. But in the battlefield, some words of encouragement from Tino when you're about to ring the bell and you're about to throw the towel in and quit, that pushes you further because he's the man that you look up to and respect.
Yeah.
He has that ability with a short sentence. He can grab people and push you to extremes.
Yeah, there's a couple of blokes that worry me in the Queensland side. One's Lindsay Collins because of the Origin mentality. Kalen Ponga's return is another one because everyone's writing him off.
I agree.
And the other one's Tino because if you look back to game 1 last year, Madge came out of coaching Test footy and he came out of coaching the West Tigers. And we, in that 80 minutes, I know it was challenging because we lost Joey Suoliti when he ironed out Reece. But we looked like a side that was prepared to play a really intense club game. And we got taken to town in areas of Origin footy. And we cannot underestimate what Suncorp's going to be like. And you cannot underestimate and think that Ashley Klein is going to police this game the same way that every other regular game's been played up until this point. It goes out the window.
That's outrageous.
It completely goes out the window.
I can't believe you're suggesting that.
You know as well as I do that what gets sent to the sin bin to have a think about in club games will be policed different when Ashley will say, did not see that in the opening 20 minutes because it's our greatest spectacle. And there's like Tino, he knows Origin footy.
I'm worried about Kalen. Yeah. Kalen's the under the radar dark horse who has been playing for a team that is really struggling. And Josh Henne, the assistant coach, just said it. He's been in. It's almost like you're at a funeral when you're at a club that is struggling. Like, let's be honest, we've all been there.
Well,
and
also the halves that he's been playing with, like how he'll feel playing with the quality.
That's right. So he goes into this camp. You're all of a sudden got the Queensland gear on. You got DCE. You've got Cameron Munster and Harry Grant. And he's out the back thinking, where's this been all year? Right? Like, it's crazy. And Cameron Munster as well didn't play last year.
Yeah. There's some big inclusions into that Queensland side. And you're right. Yeah, Kalen has proven, like what we just said about Latrell, like Kalen has shown that the bigger the game, the better the performance. And you're right, you put some of that cattle around him, he's all of a sudden he's got Tino and Lindsay and these guys up front laying a platform for him. And the thing that I love about Kalen at Origin is even with the rushing defence and the intensity of it, his ability to be able to create space and to be able to problem solve on the run is a threat. And when he links up with the class of Munster and like Munster's last 2 club games, even though they lost to Cronulla and his form against the Tigers when they won 64-0, Munster's running games back, he's created 6 or 7 tries. He had 7 try assists, I think, in his last 2 games. He's primed himself, and then that confidence then seeps in to those blokes that are coming from clubs that have been struggling a little.
All right, who wins and by how much?
New South Wales, Braith. I think we get it done by 10.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Queensland at home.
Mate, get out.
It's Kingsland now, but it was Queensland.
Last year, 2-0 at half-time. I think you throw in Tino and Munster. They have enough leadership to get the job
He's from
done.
Greensboro.
Yeah.